Good morning, students. Today we are going to study about the reticular formation. We have already completed the topic of brainstem, and now we will see in detail about the diffuse network of nerve fibers that are forming the reticular formation. So first we need to understand what is reticular formation. Reticular formation is a set of interconnected nuclei that are located through the brainstem. So brainstem is the last topic that we have studied. We have to understand what is reticular formation. It's actually a diffused network of nerve fibers and neurons, and it occupies the ventral part of the entire brainstem. The entire brainstem, what all are there? Midbrain, pons and medulla. It occupies the area between the cranial nerve nuclei, sensory and motor nuclei, and the name long and short white tract. Now what we have to understand about this is that this particular reticular formation contributes to the total response of the organism. So as I said, diffused. It is not anatomically well defined because it includes neurons located in different parts of the brain. Okay, so here when I say this is the reticular formation that is being formed here, because so many other places the network is getting connected to this particular part. The next thing that we are going to understand are the characteristics of reticular formation. So as we saw in the previous slides, we have understood reticular formation consists of a deeply placed, where is it deeply placed? It is placed in the ventral part of the entire brain stem, right? It is deeply placed in that context. And what is it consisting of? It is a collection of neurons and fibers. Now, it has diffuse connections, and this system consists of the serotonergic, then cholinergic, and catecholamine group of neurons. I repeat, the reticular formation has serotonergic, then cholinergic, and catecholamine group of neurons. So when such neurons are there, what we can expect? We know cholinergic. What does it deal with? The functions would be dealing with arousal, attention, learning and memory, and neuronal degeneration. And when we talk about serotonergic system, arousal and attention, sleep, then the sensory information processing of pain and regulation of muscle tone and segmental spinal reflexes. And when we talk about catecholamine group of neurons, we always relate it that these particular neurons would have a contribution to the sleep-wake cycle of a individual. So in general, we have understood what the various group of neurons are contributing to. Now, the two pathways that are there in the reticular formation. Let us understand these two pathways. First is the ascending reticular pathway, and the second is the descending reticular formation. Okay, so ascending reticular pathway or formation, descending reticular pathway or formation. Now the first one, let us see the ascending reticular pathway. The other word that is used for it, as you see in the slides here, there is a mention of RAS, What is it? It is a reticular activating system. Okay, this system that would be present here in the reticular formation, what would it do? It would receive impulses from all the sensory pathways, visceral efferents, auditory and visual pathways. So as you see here, auditory, vestibular impulses are going, है ना? So visual impulses, as you see, the arrows are directed towards the reticular formation. So this is the ascending reticular pathway. The fibers ascend from pons to thalamus. From here, it would move towards the thalamus and have multisynaptic connections with cerebral cortex. So cerebral cortex is here and it has connection this way to the cerebral cortex. It is the pathway for alertness and conscious state of the body. So this particular ascending reticular formation we have discussed. Let us now see the descending reticular pathway. In descending reticular pathway, you can see the arrow going downwards. What has to be understood? The descending reticular pathway is both inhibitory and facilitatory. So inhibitory fibers project to motor cortex, cerebellum, medulla and via reticulospinal tract to spinal neurons. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर भी इनका कनेक्शन है और यहाँ पर भी कनेक्शन है, descending ones, and in descending the inhibitory ones. ठीक है, their major role is they inhibit movements. Movements are inhibited because of these inhibitory fibers. Now, next is the facilitatory fibers. They descend on spinal neurons and they produce movements. Okay? They are responsible for production of movements. Now, overall, let us understand what are the functions of reticular formations. The first function, as you see, arousal and alertness. Okay, so we can say it's a essential part of life, right? The neurons of the reticular formation are grouped in the medulla, forming centers for this. As you see here, it determines the level of alertness, right? See, response to light, response to noise, exercise, all this maintains a general arousal state of a individual. Next, it is very important as it deals with I should say all the major centers, that is centers of respiration, as you see here, then the cardiovascular function. So all this is also controlled at the reticular formation side. So we can say it is very essential for life. Then when we see stress response, even for stress response system, this plays a very important role. Okay, so whenever there is stress, the release of hormones and how the body's immunity would be affected, all those things are controlled at this site. Then circadian rhythm, whether morning awakeness, night sleepiness, all that normal rhythm of the person's sleep-wake cycle is also maintained by it. Besides that, the last thing is the stretch reflects muscle tone and posture. This is also controlled by the reticular formation. You can see here the signals being taken and the signals being sent back, right? So this gives a clear picture of How it plays a major role in stretch reflexes, movement and posture of the body. So here we complete this topic of reticular formation. We have studied today what is reticular formation. Reticular formation is diffuse network of nerve fibers and neurons. Where does it occupy the place? It occupies a place in the ventral part of the entire brain stem, right? Then we saw the characteristics. In characteristics, we first saw the various group of neurons that are there, the serotonergic, the cholinergic, and the catecholamine group. The next thing that we saw was it consists of two pathways, ascending reticular pathways that is responsible for alertness and conscious state of body, and descending reticular pathway, we saw there is inhibitory and facilitatory. The inhibitory would be involved in inhibition of movements, and the facilitatory is involved in production or produces movement. Then we have seen the functions of reticular formation, very important for life, as it has a role in major all vital organs function, especially respiration, cardiovascular function and all. Then it is responsible for conscious perception of surroundings at each time, and it controls the stretch reflex, movement and posture of body.